Bram Stoker's 1897 novel, Dracula, receives yet another cinematic treatment. But this iteration trades Gothic dread for a sprawling, somewhat eccentric origin story. The film opens in 1480 with a prologue where Prince Vlad loses his great love, Elisabetta, rejects God, and incurs a centuries-long curse. While it strives for romance, the execution often leans into the absurd, featuring synchronized dance sequences and computer-generated imagery gargoyles that feel like relics from the early 2000s. The context of the comeback. Director Luc Besson desperately needed this film to be a triumph. After the financial failure of Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets and a period of professional exile following sexual misconduct allegations during the Me Too movement, Besson sought a path back to relevance. His vehicle for this return was a second collaboration with Caleb Landry Jones, the prestigious actor who recently won the Best Actor prize at Cannes for Nitram. Besson admitted the project was less about the source material and more about finding a canvas for Jones' talent. Through his own production company, Besson secured the funding to mount this Gothic epic. But the final product lacks the impact of a true comeback. A disjointed execution. There is a specific phenomenon where once great directors begin making films that feel out of time, not retro, but awkwardly old-fashioned. Just as Brian De Palma and Francis Ford Coppola had stumbled in their later years, Besson finds himself in that same trap. While there are flashes of his signature style, most notably a campy dance sequence originally set to a Billie Eilish track, the film is a tonal mess. Besson claims he intended to create a tragic melodrama akin to Guillermo del Toro's work, but the movie oscillates wildly between horror, camping, and gravity. Because the actors all seem to be performing in different films, the burden of cohesion falls entirely on composer Danny Elfman's score. Visually, the film is a contradiction. Ambitious ideas are frequently undermined by clunky effects and odd framing. The digital gargoyles are particularly jarring, evoking the uncanny valley era of the early 2000s. These dated visuals make it difficult to stay immersed in Jones' deeply committed performance, as the practical prosthetics often look fake against the artificiality of the digital castle. The verdict. The film's primary point of differentiation is its deep dive into the Count's human history 400 years prior to the traditional narrative. However, for a monster to remain compelling, his tragedy must feel earned. This doomed romance aims for the epic scale of Braveheart but lacks the necessary chemistry to make the audience care. Ultimately, the film is surprisingly dull, without a spark in the romance or a cohesive atmosphere to build tension. The viewer is left indifferent.